Hey Steven, are you home?
I'm busy, don't come in.
What? Steven, what the f—
It is October 31st, so it is the end of Spooktober, sadly, but that does mean one good thing: Halloween. It's no secret now to any of you that Dead by Daylight is my favorite game. Got way more hours than I'm proud of. We're gonna cast some more of these right here and then turn them into a Dead by Daylight totem. You're definitely not gonna want to skip around the video or leave at any point because I've got a surprise for you right here. We'll be giving away a ring made from one of these blanks right here. You're gonna see secret words appearing on the screen throughout the video. First person to comment the full sentence in the comments gets a ring for free. Good luck on the hunt and enjoy the video. Let's get right to it. I wanted my totem to be a desk ornament rather than life size, so I was able to minimize the price on most of the items. I got all of this stuff on Amazon, but if you have a craft store near you, you can get all this stuff for way cheaper. I wanted to put a unique Oaksu spin on the skulls, and luckily I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I've got a ton of pigments and glitters here that I basically never use. So I grabbed two of the ones that I thought would look good, and then I thought the holographic glitter would look neat. Some Total Boat resin, got my pigments, got my mold. They included a funnel, but I don't really know if it's gonna work, so I'd just say we're gonna get right to it and see what happens. It's a new pump, so nothing's coming out right now. Takes a few tries, but eventually it starts working. This stuff is super thick, so it's really hard to get out of the pump. I swear I'm not weak. Pigments blend into resin insanely easily, so you should always only use a very little amount. It's way better to have not enough, and you can just add more, than have way too much, and you've got a ruined batch. Glitters I've used in the past actually ended up poking out of the molds, but luckily we're making a skull, so it's not the biggest concern if something sticks out of it.
Who knew this would turn into a mukbang? You can feel free to say no and be mad at me, but can we go in Whole Foods?
We're from Brooklyn, so we don't have a backyard, so obviously we went deep out into the New York woods to find sticks in the most genuine environment, the most quality natural sticks. Just sticks that have been in the wild for years, untouched by other humans. Only animals out here, only wildlife, no humans at all. I pay all this money to live in New York and I can't get a good stick. It's like thrift shopping for sticks. This one's good-ish. Oh yeah, this is looking like a 0.3 inch stick right here. Oh, perfect. It's looking like a good one. Nice. 0.36. Disgusting. Not good enough. 3.7.
Dude, chill. Like a psychopath.
Do I not already look like a psychopath? Digging for sticks in the rain? 0.3 inch sticks. What do you think? Is this a quality stick?
Probably.
No! Beautiful. It's perfect. 0.3 inches. Alright, we got our 3. That's it. And now we're back home. That's cool, look at that.
Yeah, that is cool.
Right there. Like weird markings.
Yeah, it looks really neat. I like that the glitter like sank down to their face.
Oh, you're gonna love this one. The face on that.
Ooh, that one's really cool. Oh my god, these are awesome.
Oh, the fourth one, look at this! Like tribal marks on its face, you see right there. That's awesome. Now I just have to pick which 3 of these skulls we want. The molds are technically for ice cubes, but I mean, a mold's a mold. But it did leave me with this weird stem in the back, so I'm just using a cutoff tool on my Dremel to knock that right off the back. I remember that the totems in Dead by Daylight actually have their bottom jaw missing, so I figured this was an easy job for my cutoff wheel too. I like it without the bottom jaw a lot. I had to cut it in a couple of different angles, so I also had to use it to clean up the edges a little bit too. With the jaws chopped off, it was time to switch to the sanding drum so that I could get rid of those weird seam lines around the skull. I knew I wanted to leave them slightly visible, but I needed to get rid of those big ridges that you see right there. Next, I needed to get them nice and smooth and shiny by hand, so I took some 400, 800, 1000, and 1200 grit, and I just super glued them to this weird wooden plank that I found outside of my apartment. It's pretty great, the stuff you'll find living in Brooklyn. Hand sanding is just as important as it is tedious. At this point, I just desperately wanted to build this thing finally. Smooth and polished, these skulls were finally ready to get added to the totem. To my surprise, the Spanish moss actually went down on the first try. I kind of expected to have to glue it down like 3 or 4 times and that pieces would be falling off of it constantly, but it didn't. I didn't have to finagle a weird shape with the bones because conveniently enough they actually interlocked with each other, so I was able to just throw this triangle together without any type of planning whatsoever. Yeah, so those sticks that we found in Central Park, they ended up being useless because they were way too wet to be able to be used. So we could have thrown them in the oven, but we opted not to because we just didn't have that type of time on our hands. The sticks I got on Amazon might have been overpriced, but they honestly were the perfect dimension for this project, so I can't even say that I'm mad. The sticks were super weak and the skulls were decently heavy. I was really worried here that the skulls were either gonna fall off or they were gonna just make the sticks snap in half. I was actually blown away by how easily the skulls just balanced off of each other on top of these tiny sticks. I expected to have to do this at least like 5 or 6 times with them falling off constantly, but doing it all in one try is something I can't complain about. With everything basically assembled, it was pretty much impossible for me to put the jute on the totem the same way it is in game, so I just kind of wrapped it around the base and figured that would look just as good. And with that, all that was left was the candle. As a huge fan of Dead by Daylight, this totem is everything I wanted and then some. The way that the light bounces off the skulls is almost exactly how I imagined it. While I've still got your attention, I just want to give a huge shout out to my patrons for making this project possible. Alex, Ariana, Bryson, Coconut, Dylan, Jackie, Jamie, Jim, Marty, Mary, Michael, Moises, Natalie, and Snow. All these people are the reason why this video got made. If you want to help me continue making videos and get some sneak peek footage, check out my Patreon. For only $1 a month, you actually get entered into a monthly ring giveaway. There's plenty of free ways to help support me too, like subscribing to this channel and maybe check out my Instagram account while you're at it. All the links to all these things will be in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Happy Halloween.